Hello, I'm going to read about trains. All aboard, hop on a train. They are a great way to travel. No new ones fly down the tracks. Old trains are fun too. They click clack on all the tracks. They let you pretend you are living long ago. New or old, trains are an adventure. This train's name is Jacobite. Mostly it takes people home or to work. It passes lakes, it crosses bridges. Other times it's a movie star. It plays the Hogwarts Express. It takes Harry Potter and his friends to school. What's the best thing about a train ride? Sometimes it's what you see outside your window. This trip has great scenery. Sadly, there are no passengers to see it. The train is coming from a mine. It is carrying salt to a factory, but the crew can enjoy the view. The best thing about a trip may be the train itself. Trains can be hotels in motion. You can rent your own room. It is very small, but you have everything you need. You can read, you can wash up, you can get a good night's sleep. The restaurant car serves meals all day long. Trains are an adventure. The age of the railroad. In 1829, George Stephenson built the first modern locomotive. He called it the Rocket. It raced about 35 miles an hour. Its speed changed the world. Stagecoaches took 4 days to travel 150 miles. Trains took only 4 hours. The age of the railroad began. Soon, trains were running all over the world. Early trains ran on steam power. Engines burned coal to boil water. The water turned to steam. The steam built up and pushed the parts of the engine. These parts moved and turned the wheels. Here are the parts of a steam train: tender, cap, whistle, throttle lever, steam dome, steam pipe, wheel, brake, frame, piston, smokestack, headlight, cupola, boiler, firebox, coal bunker, water compartment. By 1860, the eastern United States had many railroads, but the country needed one to go from coast to coast. In 1863, work began in the West. Workers built bridges over rivers. They blasted through mountains. In 1869, 2 engines faced each other in Utah. One had traveled from the east, the other came from the west. One last rail would connect all the tracks. Workers hammered it in with a spike of solid gold. Trains carried cargo and people. Some even carried queens. Queen Victoria of England had her own train. It was the first one to have a bathroom in it. Trains used steam power for a long time. Then the diesel engine took over. It burns oil to make electricity. The electricity drives the train. Diesels are cheaper to run than steam engines. They do not need as much repair. We still use diesel engines today. Pulling weight, pulling freight. Freight trains carry huge loads. They can have over 200 cars. They can be 2 miles long. Long trains need more than 1 engine to pull them. Trains are great for hauling things. They use less fuel than trucks. They create less pollution. Trains crisscross the United States all day long. They haul almost half its cargo. They even carry trucks filled with freight. A truck reaches its stop. Then it drives off and delivers its goods. Freight trains stop in rail yard along their route. They pick up new cars. They leave other ones behind. Some cars get unloaded there. Some cars link with new trains to get to their last stop. Freight is often carried in big boxes called containers. They are lifted onto flat cars. The flat cars carry lots of cargo. They haul anything that can get wet if it rains or snows. Even tanks can hitch a ride. Cars are built to carry different cargo. Hopper cars are open and easy to unload. They work well for coal or sand. Tankers hold liquids. Some keep their cargo cold. This tanker is full of juice. Boxcars are closed, so they keep cargo clean and dry. You never know what could be inside. Trains in the city. Commuter trains take people to the city each morning. They bring them home at night. Double-deckers carry lots of passengers. They save lots of gas too. Train stations can be a city hub. Commuter trains pull in. Some trains depart for faraway places. Others arrive all day and night. Travelers hop on trains that take them around the city. Subways are trains that travel underground. Subways use electricity to run. A rail next to the tracks supplies this power. Subways can get very crowded. In Japan, men called pushers help pack people in. Trolleys travel on city streets. They use electricity too. It comes from wires above them or underground. Look up, a train could be overhead. Monorails do not use tracks. They run on just one rail. Rubber tires supply a quiet ride, and you get a great view. Want another great view? Ride a funicular railway. It goes up and down steep hills. A funicular has 2 tracks. It has 1 car on each of them. They are joined by a cable. The cable pulls 1 car uphill as it pulls the other down. Fast and faster. Long ago, trains used to be the fastest way to travel. Now we have jets. But trains are moving faster too. Old tracks slow trains down. Some old tracks have curves. Trains must brake when going around the curve. Some new trains still use these tracks. They just tilt while turning. They lean the way bicycles do. These trains go up to 150 miles an hour. Most people in the United States fly or drive between cities. In other nations, people use trains instead. New tracks have been laid. The rails are straight, so their trains go much faster. Pointed high-speed trains are called bullet trains. Are they as fast as bullets? Not really, but they seem to fly. Some go up to 220 miles an hour. TGV trains in France go fast too. One of them was the world's fastest train. It went 357 miles an hour. Maglev trains do not have wheels. Their tracks are different too. Magnets make the trains float above the rails. Trains gliding on air go fast. How fast? One maglev races 360 miles an hour. What else will new trains do? Some new trains will weigh less. A lighter train can save fuel. Using less fuel means less pollution. Some trains may have solar panels. The sun's energy will help them run. New trains will be different inside too. Look at this one. Big glass windows, seats with movies and games. private compartments. What a ride! The trains of the future will be amazing. Thank you.